Be authentically you. 'Cause now is your season to live out your reason. Just be you. How you gonna leave your imprint on this world?
Well, hey, y'all, and welcome to Authentically You Imprint. Here at the Imprint, the heartbeat of what we do here on Authentically You Imprint is to bring attention and spotlight or shine the spotlight on those in our communities who are out there getting things done. We have people who are in our communities who are making it happen, who are serving the community, and they're getting things done, but they would never be seen on mainstream media. And that's what we want to do here. We want to give people a platform. We want to give our friends, our neighbors, our family, a platform for the whole world to see what it is that they do, how they leave their imprint in this world. That, that whole 80-20 rule applies here as well. 80% of the people, making our lives as comfortable and as meaningful as they are, get 20% of the exposure and the attention and the thanks for what it is that they do. And we want to turn that number around and shine the spotlight on these wonderful people in our homes. These wonderful people are they're in our neighborhoods, in our communities, they're on our block, they're in our cities. We want to spotlight these people that are in our states. We want to bring the attention to them. So with that being said, let's welcome to today's show, Larry Green Jr., the man behind the movement, ITTG. I'm trained to go. Welcome, welcome, and welcome.
It's so great to be here. What's going on?
It's wonderful to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah, before we hop into the questions and to the interview, I want to read from your website. I thought it was such a wonderful intro to who you are. And it says, Larry Green Jr. is a certified nutrition coach and personal trainer through the National Academy of Sports Medicine. I love that. He's skilled in the science and art of nutrition, program design, behavioral change, building lean muscle, weight loss, and weight management, improving flexibility, mobility, balance and coordination, resistance/strength, and core training adaptations. Your hobbies and extracurricular activities include strength training, human anatomy, nutrition, biohacks, and listening to music. I love your intro. And that gave us a great snapshot into who Larry Green Jr. is. And I love that. So in addition to that, if you want to add to that, that would be wonderful. But also give us a description of your business and your mission.
Sure. So I'm trained to go. ITTG for short is a Northern Virginia-based health and fitness company. We specialize in personal training and nutrition coaching virtually. We were doing those things in person, but because COVID and things happened of that nature, we had to pivot our business and move to a more virtual environment, which actually enabled us to reach more people. So it's been a great learning experience. It's been a great opportunity to work with like all of those that have the opportunity to work with. But yes, and our mission is to change and increase the health and fitness of 1 million lives, 1,000,001 people. We want to impact 1,000,001 people. And you may say, well, why like 1,000,001? Because 1,000,001 is better than 1 million. And that's what I'm trained to go is all about. It's about being better, getting better each day, one more rep, one step, one day at a time. So that's a little bit about I'm trained to go. We've been in business for 3 years. We've worked with over 30 people, but touched over 30 lives. And our mission is to change and increase the health and fitness of 1 million lives. 20 pounds of weight. We want to impact 1 million their flexibility and mobility, and just have more energy and just overall just a better energy and life.
incorporate into the whole mind change, the whole transformation, that you have to change your diet. You have to change what you eat. And it's not necessarily a quote unquote diet, like I'm trying to just lose weight, but it's trying to eat healthier. It's trying to be very intentional about the fruits and the vegetables and the particular types of meat, and whether or not you eat a lot of bread or not. Just bringing those things to the forefront and decreasing artificial sweeteners and decreasing sweets and carbohydrates and things like that that add inflammation to your body. All those things are important. And until I was faced with a chronic illness, I didn't really think about it. Health and fitness was all about trying to get into a certain size so I can wear a certain size jeans,
Exactly.
And that's not the main point to health and fitness. That's not the main point to living a life, with the right nutrition and health and fitness, right?
Oh, no, you're so right. You're so right. And you made a lot of great points there. Like the very first point was just like the human body and movement. Like the human body was made to move. We're made to move and not be still. So when we do that, we strengthen our bones so that, we can live longer and that, we can be here longer. And as far as nutrition, we're not taught a lot of things. Like we're taught the basics of nutrition, but we're not taught how to eat and what to eat for weight loss or to have a more sustainable management of weight. So you mentioned things like carbs and proteins and fats. We're not taught how these things impact the body. And that's one of the things that we do here at I'm Trained to Go. We teach you how to eat for permanent weight loss and a sustainable life. And the thing was, when I first got into like exercising and working out, it was all about fitness and, like you said, getting to a certain size and looking good and looking aesthetically good. And then as I've gotten older over the years, I've realized how important the nutrition component to that is and how that just increases the time that you can spend with your family. So I've gotten to the science of seeing how these things impact the body. And it's been a great experience. I've been able to help a lot of people. So
that's wonderful. And I also think, as we're talking about foods and the fats and the proteins and all that, a lot of what I've learned as I've been pulling back on carbohydrates and is how to season your food. You can take plain, ordinary, what before I started thinking about nutrition, I would think that, trying to eat healthy and trying to have a very nutritious diet or diet plan would mean, I had to eat a lot of lettuce, just, grass and water, basically, grass and water. And now that I've been doing some, in my personal investigations and trying to figure out things I could eat that are healthy for me and still taste good, I have run smack dab in the middle of how to season. And that has made such a huge difference in what I eat and how much of it that I eat, because I'm now enjoying my food as opposed to feeling like it's a chore or a task of things I have to do.
Oh yeah, with the seasonings, it's all about the herbs and the spices and and the sea salt and your peppers. And that's, you can keep it basic and season your food and it still have flavor and you can enjoy your food. And that's the thing. That's a great point. A lot of people think that when they get on this diet, it's not a diet, it's actually a nutrition plan. But when they get on this diet, they have restrictions. They have to eat food that doesn't have any flavor. And if you look like you and I, then it's all about our flavor. But the thing is no, if you have your curry powders and you have your spices and you have your salt and pepper and you have your lemons, you can transform foods and bring out different tastes in the food so that it's enjoyable to you. And I teach a lot that it's about the portion sizes that we have as well. Like a lot of us are overweight or obese just because our portion sizes are so large. But if we scale back our portion sizes, we can lose weight that way as well. And that leads me into another lane that I want to get in terms of nutrition. It's so important to know what you are eating in your body and the impact that's having. So a great place to start for those who are trying to figure out how to lose weight or eat a more nutritious diet is actually to track your food. To see what you're actually putting in your body and consuming. And once you get a picture of that, it's easy to identify where to make changes or where to make healthier choices at. So again, that's one of the things that we teach at I'm Trained to Go.
Excellent. That is wonderful. And yeah, a lot of times, we grow up eating certain foods and, and
Mm,
we don't really think about the fact that there are so many other ways to prepare it, number one.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And there are so many other foods out there that we can try. And there's so many,
Oh yeah.
different flavors and spices that we can incorporate into our food. But I'm telling you, the way we were raised sometimes can be such a hindrance, you know, to
Yes.
our nutrition and our health and our fitness. So again, I think any change that's lasting is all about a mind transformation. You have to have a
Sure.
transformed mind, and you have to think about things differently before you can actually receive the change, and then before you can
Mhm.
actually see what that change will bring about in your life. So yeah, it's a mind
Oh,
transformation.
it all starts in the mind, doesn't it? It's the shift in the mind,
Sure.
and then it's the follow through with the behavior,
Hmm.
actions, right? And then
Exactly.
like it's
And then
all good.
consistency.
Oh my goodness, we have to be consistent. And like a lot of times, I teach that it's not about whether you feel like doing something; it's about just getting it done.
Mhm.
Because you're always going to kind of feel like, so you may not feel like sticking to this nutrition plan, or you may not feel like getting up in the morning and doing this exercise program or plan, but it's more about just getting it done and getting out of the feeling of it and just being consistent. So,
Absolutely.
and then when
Absolutely.
you're consistent, like that just spills over into other areas of your
It
life,
does.
right? And then you just reap the benefits and the rewards of that as well.
Absolutely.
So, and that's one of the things that I love about health and fitness, that it's like the core of it all. And
Hmm.
if you can get that piece together, then it just spills over into other areas of your life, and then you just reap benefits all over.
Absolutely. I noticed when I first started, I mean the main exercise that I do is walking. I try to do
Hmm.
at least 10,000 steps a day. And
Hmm.
I started that probably 5, 6 years ago. And so now I'm trying to, up it to 15 to 20,000 steps a day. In the wintertime, it's a little challenging. I may use a walking video inside, 2 mile walk or 3 mile walk inside, just to get those steps in. But sometimes, I'm walking and you don't really see the benefit.
Right.
It's not an external thing that I see when I'm walking. But
Hmm.
the thing is, I'm oxygenating. My heart is healthy. My heart
Hmm.
gets healthy as I walk. So a lot of times that whole mind transformation piece to it is that you may not necessarily physically see what you might want to see, but just keep going. The commitment, the
Yes.
dedication, keep going, because there are benefits as I continue to walk. As I said, my heart is getting healthier as I walk. My bones are getting stronger just
Yes.
by walking. Now that's just a bare minimum. We're not even talking
Right.
about all the fantastic stuff that you do. Just
Exactly.
walking is the bare minimum. So just keep it moving. And so I like that. I like that kind of stuff. And I do need to progress from just walking to doing some strength training and some
Hmm.
stretching. Those two
Hmm.
are also very key components to having healthy bones and healthy joints, which is going to
Yes, ma'am.
help me on the other end. So
Yeah.
yeah. So tell me, what was it that motivated you to get into health and fitness?
I've always been an athletic guy. I can go back to high school. I can go back further than that when I was doing karate and track and field, um, boxing. I got into high school. I got into football. Was very athletic. I didn't I didn't pursue it after high school with the college and everything like that. But I still kept up with the whole exercise regime of things. And then I met a guy. His name was Donovan Johnson. He was actually my line brother. I pledged Phi Beta Sigma while I was attending George Mason University. But
Awesome.
Donovan Johnson was one of my line brothers, and he was very into bodybuilding. Like I've always worked out and I ran, I didn't always kept in shape, but he was very into bodybuilding and the science behind it and just building muscle. And he kind of got me into like really looking at this thing kind of seriously. Um, so I started to take it serious when I was probably 22, 23 years old. I kind of got into like weightlifting, and then I just it was natural for me. I just was naturally good at it. I was not so people would always ask me like, hey, um, can I work out with you? Have you ever thought about being a personal trainer? And I would say, like, I enjoy it. I don't want to, I didn't take it. I feel sometimes we have gifts that we feel like, there's nothing to us, but people are like, wow, like, you're really great at that.
Exactly.
Take that further. So for a lot of years, that's how I treated training. It was just like, I'm good at it, but I'm not going to take it serious. And then when, I started a family. By the way, I'm married. I have 2 kids. I have 2 daughters. But so I got into my career, but there was no fulfillment. Like, I was there. I was getting a paycheck. I was at a job. It was a means to an end. But I could always leave work and go to the gym and find a place of peace and solace and just, I just belong there. And that's the thing with music as well. I find the same type of peace with music, but with the gym, so it was a hobby that kind of transformed into a passion because I really wanted to live life and not just be here, just having a job. So I want to transform it it went from a hobby into really like, this is my passion. Okay, then how can I use my passion to help others? Okay, how can I build a business and a brand around it? So it started from me just working out in the gym into me being a little bit of business savvy and me trying to figure out my way in life, and then me trying to figure out how I can touch more people. And then this is how I'm here now.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So, do you train people from all ages?
So, so my demographic, and then that just kind of people. I guess I gravitate to people. People gravitate to me. So once I figured out my demographic, it's definitely 35 to 55. And I've worked. I think my oldest client was 62 years. Yeah, she was 62 years old.
Okay.
And it's that range of folks that I'm able to just identify with and connect with. And it's men, women, all walks of life, all different races, all different demographics.
Right. And so you said something also that speaks to the Authentically You imprint type situation, the whole mission and vision statement for Authentically You, being authentically you, that there are certain things that we are just gifted with, as we are born with certain things that are imprinted on our DNA. And it's so natural to us until we don't really think much about it. We just do it because it's in us, it's who we are. And then some other people will come along and see it and say, wow, that is phenomenal. So when we think about the whole piece that we were created and crafted and called to be who we are, to do and to be who we are, and what we bring to the world, how we leave our imprint on the world. And here you are. I mean, and the thing is, if we do those things, if we are true to ourselves and we are living our authentic life, then we empower those around us to do the same thing.
I absolutely agree with that. I absolutely agree with that, right? Yeah. And that's why I enjoy the health and fitness space so much, because I feel like it'll bring that person out. Like, people become more confident, people lose weight, they want to live healthier lives, they can go take on more things. Like, and I just want that. I want to be a part of that transformation for them.
That's amazing. And you also said something about, how your passion becomes, and I've talked about this in some other segments, how your passion becomes your purpose, and then your purpose becomes your profession. Yes. That's what you have done. That's what you identified, and you have walked that thing out in your life. And you are now, your profession is now being fed by your passion and your purpose. Yes. That's a wonderful thing. That's a wonderful thing. Awesome.
It was a journey.
What'd you say?
I said it was one journey, though. I mean, I'm still on a journey, but it was a rocky road. It was on a rocky road.
And I think that's the thing about it. When we talk about journey and being on that thing, a lot of people, and destiny and destination, you know, the whole being created and crafted and called, the whole passion, purpose, and profession is not a one-time event. It's not a destination. It is the whole journey. You're not going to finish until the day you breathe your last breath.
Right.
You know, you're steady evolving in who ITTG is. You're steady evolving into who Larry Green Jr., you know, is. So it's a lifelong journey. And I think that takes some of the pressure off of us as individuals once we realize that, you know, yes, you set goals and milestones in your life that you need to reach, but who you are is your lifelong journey. You know, you're steady adding to that foundation of who you are. You're steady bringing in additional building blocks to who you are and to the imprint that you will leave in this world. And I love it. I absolutely love it. So what advice would you give to someone basically like me who simply just walk? That, you know, we're on the beginning, we're on the crust of jumping into the whole nutrition and fitness arena and the world. What advice would you give us as we begin this journey?
No problem. My first bit of advice would first go see, when you're looking at exercise, first go see your primary care physician if you have one, and just get a good picture of where you are physically and health-wise, right?
That's good.
Because they may or not give, you know, they may give you the clearance to go do an exercise program, and they may not and say, hey, well, you need to go see a specialist. So first get a good picture of where you are health-wise first before you jump on that journey. And then from that point, from a nutrition standpoint, I would say begin to find out what it is you're eating. And the way that you do that is it's going to require some work and some intentional effort. But they have resources out here that will help you, like MyFitnessPal, which is like a food diary. And they make it so easy that whatever food product or item that you have, you can scan it. It goes into MyFitnessPal, and then you can figure out your servings and your portion sizes. And then it breaks it down by carbs, fats, and proteins, and just like overall total calories, because a lot of overweight and obesity comes from overconsumption of calories and high saturated fats and things of that nature. So then you can identify, okay, I'm eating a lot of processed foods, which are high calorie foods with no nutritional value. And then you can begin to start to eliminate those type of things, right? And then when you really get into the science, then you need to go get a professional at some point to actually drill down into like, okay, and come up with a plan for you. But initial steps, MyFitnessPal, begin to start tracking your food, go to a primary care physician, make sure you're good for exercise. And then you can start where you did. You can begin walking. Because walking is an awesome exercise to do. And it only takes 30 minutes. We only need 30 minutes a day of moderate to low intensity exercise to be an active individual and for it to have benefits and effects on your body.
Right.
So it's just 30 minutes a day. So I would say 30 minutes a day, walk. I would also encourage you to move throughout the entire day. So one of the things that I do is, especially being at home and teleworking and not having the opportunity to be at work and move like we normally would do, try to move for 15 minutes every hour. So every hour, stand up and do some type of movement exercise, right? And then I can get into body movement exercise. So you can do squats, you can walk in place, you can do jumping jacks, you can do leg raises, like you can do so many just general movements so that you're moving. And then because you're moving, then you're burning calories throughout the entire day. And this is what we want to do. So the 15 minutes every hour, walking. And then the thing with walking, you can always change up your intensity with the walking. So you can walk, you can increase the intensity of your walk for 5 minutes and then peel it back. So it's called intervals. So, so you go hard for 5 minutes and then you peel it back for 2 minutes and then you continue to do this for your 30-minute walk and you would have been fine. So this is just some of the things that we can do just from a person who's thinking about getting into fitness. But I tell you one thing, for the person who is thinking about it, like their mindset is kind of strengthening and they're getting into the right place because at least they're thinking about it. Like they're consciously aware, like I need to do something about it. And then another thing that would be huge is to get an accountability partner, because that's so Like some of us are self-motivated and we can just do it when it comes to health and fitness. And then some of us are self-motivated in our own areas and things that we are great at in life. But then there's other areas where you're just not so strong at that you need someone to hold you accountable, right? So get you an accountability partner, someone that you have to text every morning and like, hey, I'm doing my exercise, or hey, I slipped up on my nutrition, but I'm gonna make better for it, dinner time comes. But just someone to be accountable to.
I love that.
Yeah,
I tell you what, that accountability piece to it will let you know just how serious you are about it, right?
Yes, it will. It will. Because I've worked with clients where like we identify, okay, right? You see what's happening here, right? It's just the fact that because you're being accountable to me, I'm able to see that you're not consistent. You're able to see that you're not consistent.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it pulls the covers off and you're just like, oh.
That's a whole nother piece to it. Thank you for that.
No problem.
And I love my Fitness Pal. I'm not as faithful to it now as I should be, or as I have been, but I do love that. And when I, when I remind myself that you need to do this not just for yourself, but for those that love you, I go back to making sure I take my journal, my Fitness Pal, and journal what I'm eating, and like, as you said, it does give you all of the nutritional values behind it. So, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't incorporate this particular thing in my life as every day, and I think that right there, that piece right there, feeling deprived is one of the reasons why a lot of people don't journal what they eat, and they don't have those accountability partners, and they don't really become faithful to nutrition as that whole component of living healthy. Because it's okay if I once a month decide I'm going to have a Snickers bar, or however often I just don't have a Snickers bar every day, don't have a piece of chocolate cake every day. And that was one of the reasons why for a long time I just would not, because I'm thinking, no, I'm not gonna try to do this whole nutrition piece, because I don't want to feel like I'm missing out. I don't want to feel like I am being deprived. And and identifying triggers in our lives is critical. And you binge eat behind certain things. You may sit in front of the television and just mindlessly eat stuff and snack on stuff.
Exactly.
I am a snacker. And I know that. Yes. So now it's like, okay, since you are a snacker, what are you going to snack on? You can still be a snacker, but are you going to snack on something healthy? Exactly. Or are you going to get that bag and go poof and all this, artificial stuff hit you in the face when you open the bag?
Exactly.
So it's all about making the right choices, right decisions, being informed about what it is that you're putting in your body, so that your body can function at its optimal level, no matter what age you are.
You got it.
Awesome. So as you have been training people, what are some of the observations you've made that prevent people, from being health conscious?
Time.
Wow.
We'll all fall back, and we're all guilty of it in whatever, where we're at in our life. But time is a huge reason or excuse that people use that, right? Excuse that they use that, they can't exercise because they don't have enough time, I can't eat a more nutritional meal because I just don't have enough time to cook.
To prepare it, exactly.
Right, exactly, or to meal prep. So, time is a huge factor. So I love to just break a person's, cause I do this for my own day. I love to break a person's day down.
Yeah.
And I'll break it down into an hour. Like, tell me everything that you're doing in that day, because the thing with health and fitness is about, or a change is more sustainable when it's built around what you already have going on, when it's implemented to what you have going on in your life.
Right.
But so, for example, I mean, so the thing is, like, if you get up in the morning, the first thing that you may want to do as soon as you hop out of bed is like, so if we're programmed to get up in the morning and brush our teeth, then the next program that we have to set for ourselves is to get dressed and then go work out. And if we do that over enough amount of days, then we create the habit.
Yes.
Now that's a part of our program in our day now, is to get up, brush our teeth, get dressed, and then work out. So I always try to slide in healthy choices and decisions throughout a person's day when I hear the time excuse.
Good.
So one of the things that I've noticed is time. That's one of the big things that's going on, is time.
That's phenomenal.
And then a lot of things is just like motivation as well. People just aren't motivated. And one thing that you said earlier was, I understand that we're all going to lose motivations at one point or another, but you have to tie your why. Like you have to tie it. You have to figure out and tie it to something that's strong enough so you can always go back to that. I know it's cliche, but it has to be strong enough. And if whatever you tie to, it isn't strong enough because you still find yourself slipping, then I call it like peeling back the onion. So if you say, okay, I want to work out and be healthier for my family, right? Then now we're at the family, but then what is it about the family? Like, what do you plan to do with your family? Like, why the family? Because you want to spend more time with your family, because you want to be healthier so you can play with your kids.
Exactly.
Right. So you want to create habits so you can, maybe there's a generations of your family kind of being overweight or not eating properly or whatever the case is, and you want to change that. You want to be the catalyst. You want it to stop with you. Like, so what is it about your family? Like, really get into the details of that.
Yes.
Right. So I noticed that people lack the motivation. Some people, they lack the why, and they make the excuse that there isn't enough time.
Wow. I love those. And you talked about one of the excuses, or we'll say reasons. It won't be so hard. We'll say reasons. One of the reasons why people don't really commit to it and commit to good nutrition is because of having the time to prepare the right meals. So of what I've found, I mean, I'm telling you, the internet, YouTube is phenomenal. As
the information age.
You just type it in and it will give you a multiplicity of things to look at that will help you along. There are 30-minute meals that are out there that are healthy, you know, and then there are people out there who can help you and train you and show you, teach you how to do meal prep so that you can get it all set together, and then you can just run in the house and pop it in and you're good to go. So do you incorporate that into your training program?
I sure do. I'll show you how to meal prep. I love breaking down the day. Tell me that you don't have time, and we're going to break it down to find you the time. Because the thing with meal prepping is it can be over the course of 2 days. It doesn't all have to be on a Sunday. Right? Like, you can prepare your meats or season your meats. You can start it on the day before or the night before, and then have it go into the next day. And then another thing with meal prepping is you don't have to. When people hear meal prepping, they think they have to prep for 7 days. Right. When you don't have to prep for 7 days, you can prep for 2 days or 3 days, and then do another thing in the middle of the week. So it's all about just breaking up your time and figuring out when you can do it. And then also with meal prepping, when you get into meal prepping, you want to think about, so if you're having chicken, right, then maybe you want to prepare meals for the week that involve the chicken, so you don't have to cook chicken and beef and another type of meat. Right. You can just cook the chicken and then spread it over the course of several meals. Right. Right. So, and then I also like to tell folks, and I get that eating the same thing may become boring, but that goes into what I was saying earlier. Sometimes it's not about how you feel; it's about just doing what's necessary in order to get the desired result. So. You're not going to get everything. Like, it is going to be some tests on this journey, right? Like
Right.
if it was easy, then we all would be where we wanted to be,
Come on,
right?
now. Right.
Exactly. So I can help you out with some things. I'm not gonna take, you know, your ice cream away from you
Right.
completely. But like you said earlier, you know, instead of having ice cream every night,
Right.
how about we have ice cream once a week or
Exactly.
something like that,
Right.
right? So you don't feel
Don't
that's
eat the
completely
whole
taken
half
away.
gallon at one time.
Exactly. Don't sit there with the bucket in your lap and go in.
Right.
Like
Right. Portion
so
control.
it portion control exactly. So but yeah, I definitely I'm skilled in meal prepping. And I definitely teach folks how to do that as well.
Awesome. And back
Yeah.
over to the small movement piece that you talked about earlier. And you
Mhm.
know, COVID has definitely shut us down and brought a lot of people into their homes. I work remote now at home, and so it is very, very critical that once every hour you get up from your
Yes.
desk
Hmm.
and do something else. And I'm not saying, you know, take 2 hours, go sit and watch a movie. No, get up. And me personally, when I'm on a conference call or a Zoom meeting that I don't show my
Exactly.
face, I stand up and I'm walking in place the entire time I'm on that call.
Exactly.
You know, you have to be intentional about these things. And as you said, that could seem like a very small piece, but it really isn't. That really means a lot when you make sure once every hour you do something. You know, just get up and go walk downstairs and walk back upstairs.
Right.
Actually do something to add some activity, because sitting in front of a computer all day is never good for anyone anyway. It has never been
No.
good. And even then when we would go into the office, it is recommended even in the office that every hour you look away from your screen and do something for a good 5-10 minutes and then come back to your screen. That's whole, you know, the eyes and that whole thing. But
Yep.
yeah, so I love that, and the fact that people really don't think about how making some small tweaks to your life
Um,
really, you know, make a huge
Small
difference.
tweaks, big changes.
I love it.
Exactly.
Yep.
Small tweaks, big changes. 15 minutes adds up. 15, 30, 45 hours. At the end of the day, you moved over additional 4 hours or something like that that you would not have.
Right. Man.
And then with the piece that you said about intentional, in a way to, because I get it, we may be sitting there and we're typing away, and like the hour goes by and we missed it because we're so involved in whatever we're doing. So you go get you some type of Fitbit or fitness activity tracker and buzz it. So every hour you have a reminder, like I
I
have
love
mine
it.
on, right?
Yeah,
And it's
exactly.
like, bzz, and you're like, ooh, I see it. And now you know, right? You're in it, you know. So they buzzes you, you're like, okay, that's my reminder. You
Time
pop
to
up
get
and you
up.
go, yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
So,
Time to get up and do something. And I'm gonna tell you, when
exactly.
I first started wearing this, it would bother me. I'm like,
Hmm.
am I gonna let this watch tell me? You know, and now it's
Right.
like I don't depend on it, but it is very helpful for me. And
Yes.
even the whole deep breathing thing, you know, because you clear your mind. And
Oh,
you know, as we are trying to live healthy, we have to make sure we take care of our mind, our body, our spirit, the whole person. We have to make sure we include the entire person.
oh
So,
yeah.
you know, sometimes I can be, because you know, I'm a writer, and sometimes I could be sitting there trying to write something and the thoughts are not coming because I have so many other things bombarding my mind. If I
Hmm.
just take a few minutes, hit my watch, and go through the whole breathing technique, it's only a minute
Yes.
or two,
Right.
you know, and just releases your brain. It frees your mind. It, you know, oxygenates your body. It's amazing. Totally
It
amazing.
is. And another natural way to clear our mind that I used to be very guilty of not getting enough of is sleep and rest.
You better say that. Talk about that.
Like,
Talk about that.
oh my goodness, like okay, but so when you whatever it is, I mean, it's recommended 8 hours. Some people can survive off of less sleep, you know, but you have to find out what that is for you. But when you sleep and you rest, you give your body time to recover from what it has been doing the entire day. You give your mind a chance to kind of like decompress everything that has been processing all the day, right? So then you wake up refreshed and ready to conquer, and you're more optimal. You can operate at a more optimal level when you're rested. And it also transitions into even exercise. You're able to perform better when your body has rested and you have given it a chance to recover. Um, And even when I'm speaking about exercise now, and even giving your body days to break, like you shouldn't exercise hard every single day like that. You have to give your body time to rest and recover so that it can come back the next day stronger. Um, but yeah, rest is super important. It's just it's a part of the, the circle,
Exactly.
right? Rest, nutrition, exercise, meditation. It's all a part of it.
All a part of it. Yeah, and if one of those aspects, if one of those components goes unmet, then other components start to break down.
For sure.
And that's one of the things that as we think about the whole man, we really need to make sure we incorporate a little bit of all of those components, because with autoimmune situation, autoimmune diseases, one of the things is, if you don't do a little bit of all of those things, you can send your body into a flare. And when people who live with autoimmune diseases, when they go into a flare, it can shut you down for a day. It can shut you down for a week. It can shut you down for weeks at a time, just by not getting enough sleep, just by not resting enough. Your body will say, okay, I'm shutting it off. And you're laying on the sofa, in the bed, can't do anything until your body finally says, okay, now you can get up.
That's one of the beautiful things about the human body. It will shut you down. It's smarter than you. It protects you. It does. It protects you. Right.
Yeah, and I love that. I love that it will protect you, but we have to figure it out. We have to, okay, why am I still doing the same thing the same way, expecting a different result?
Right, insanity.
Come on, let's do something different and live a better quality of life. Listen, I love it. This has been phenomenal. So your website, I'm Trained to Go, and I will put it here below, but your website is one of the ways that we can connect with you and see what you're all about. Do you have other social media handles?
I do. I am on Instagram at I'm Trained to Go Fitness. I am on Facebook, the same name, I'm Trained to Go Fitness. You can reach me via email. Larry Green Jr. at I'mTrainedToGo.com. And reach out any of those ways, get in contact with me, and I'm happy to work together.
Awesome. So what's on the horizon for ITTG? What's in the future? What should we look forward to?
Yes, in the very near future. Right now, I'm in the process of scaling ITTG. I want to grow. I want to reach more people, and I want to be able to reach those people internationally at any time. So we're in the process of building a ITTG online weight loss academy that people will be able to access at any time of the day, and it will go through several different modules that will teach them, that will first develop their mindset, teach them how to eat, how to train for permanent weight loss. They can go through it at their self-paced. Each module will be a recording of me walking them through everything that they need to do A through Z on how to lose weight permanently. If they want to work with me one-on-one as well, they can do that as well as go through the modules. So right now it's a lot of late nights because I'm a team of one. Right. So
I feel you.
I'm building all of the online training. I'm recording all the sessions. It's very busy right now, but I'll have that rolled out by January 1. So
awesome.
Yes, ma'am. So that is the next thing on the horizon. We're scaling, we're growing. We want to touch more people. In order to do that, we got to have a stronger online presence. Right now, things have been great through like referral based, and I've been able to help a lot of people. But I want to reach it. I want to expand it. So the mission is 1,000,001.
Yeah.
So in order to get to 1,000,001, we definitely have to scale, grow to get there. So that's what's on the horizon for us.
That's beautiful. Congratulations on that. And I really do think that a part of this whole COVID-19 and being, our lives being put on pause as far as the busyness of our lives, we have been able to really sit with the dreams, the visions, the passion, the mission, the statements that we have, in our businesses, and really figure out how we can not just continue to serve the people that we were accustomed to serving before COVID, but because of our digital footprint that we have to now be, we are been thrust into. It's a positive thing, but a lot of us weren't doing digital before now.
So true.
And so now that we're able to, be digital, we're touching literally the world. We are literally the entire world can access ITTT.
Isn't it? It's so powerful. Like
it's powerful.
It's right. It's at your fingertips.
At your fingertips.
It's never been a time like this in history.
Exactly.
So
it's epic,
like,
and it's non-precedent. It just hasn't been this way before, and so I really love that. And this has been an awesome interview with you.
Thank you so much.
I am grateful to have met you, and we will have you back on at another time, because once you're part of the Authentically You Imprint family, you're always family.
Oh, thank you.
So we would definitely have you back on in some, future date, especially now that we know that you're rolling out some new ideas, some new,
yes.
Products, some new methods, some new means of becoming fit and living a healthy and nutritious lifestyle. We want to get you back on when all of that is rolled out, maybe April of next year, we get you back on, see where you are in your progress and your processes, see, that's the accountability part. Have you done it? Have you done it?
Exactly. Hold me to it. It'll be done.
Exactly. So
thank you so much for having me.
Any parting words to the listeners and the viewers?
Yes. It only takes 30 minutes a day to live a healthier lifestyle. It only takes 30 minutes a day. All you have to do, you can start, get up, take a walk. And you know what? It always starts with the first step. So take the walk, take that first step, 30 minutes a day. And if you need any help, contact me, Larry Green Jr. I'm trainedtogo.com, and I just want everyone to live a healthy life and just a blessed life. That's it. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. This has been a joy. And you have definitely given us a lot to think about. And information is one thing that communities need. And you have given us a lot of information. So we have no excuse any longer to be couch potatoes. And we have no excuse any longer not to have our nutrition on point and not to have our fitness and our training on point. Thank you so much, Larry Green Jr., for honoring me with your presence today and for agreeing to this interview.
Pleasure was all mine. Thank you so much.
Awesome. So let me go over here. Thank you all so much for joining us today on the Authentically You Imprint, and we will see you next week. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye. To join us at the proverbial table, contact us here, Chris@ChristineWilson.net.
Be authentically you, 'cause now is your season to live out your reason. Just be you. How you gonna leave your imprint on this world? Be authentically you, 'cause now is your season to live out your reason. Just be you. How you gonna leave your imprint on this world?